this. We're over here on the southeast side. This is where the sump pump for the crawl space discharges. We got some high soil over here, which is might be one of the reasons why you need the sump pump. When I have high soil like that, and there's some high soil over here that I made note of. By the breakfast area, but see how it kind of humps and humps and humps. I don't know, but that's an indication, that's a clue that this house might have experienced some foundation repair. I know that there was some structural repair underneath the principal or the primary bedroom, bed and bath. And then we've got some scarring over here on the patio. Can you see that? Maybe not. Okay. Is that a plumbing repair? Is that a foundation repair? I don't know. Storm doors are beyond the scope of this inspection. There's the doorbell. Avon! We have some terrazzo tile in the beginning, in the entry, in the front entry. Carpet, wood or wooden laminate. Some ceramic tiles. I measured the floor. I'm not an engineer. I'm a home inspector. I'm a measurer. But I'm looking for guidelines. So I'm looking for no more than 2 inches of floor height elevation differential and 10 feet. 20 feet, excuse me. Both. But if it's 20, it's 10. And no more than 2 inches of floor height elevation overall. This is the lowest corner over here. And I'm measuring at 1.9. I know I didn't get every single spot. 1.9, not quite 2. But that's not how you tell if the foundation is working or not. That's one of the ways. It's called a clue. That's fine. I'll tell you what's kind of drastic. I don't have a guideline for this. See, I'm not an engineer. I don't use specs. I don't use tolerances. I use guidelines. But I've got a ½ an inch over here within this space, which is not 10 feet, ½ an inch. But I don't have a guideline for that. So, you don't know this. You think this is one of the first videos. But this is the last video of the day. This is where I just like to say thank you very much for your trust, your business, and tolerating my COVID policy, tolerating that. That means, these things mean everything to my family and I just really do appreciate it. Walking in the front, we've got painted paneling. People say, you can't paint paneling. Well, they did. They painted it. All right. My wife painted hers when the house she was at when I met her. Was living in her she owned. So it's probably better than the original paneling, probably a lot lighter. Thermostats. Every single family resident is supposed to have a programmable thermostat. This is a set, hold, run. Sunday timer. Heat on, off. Return. Hold. Set time. Run. Okay. Programmable. Not a smart thermostat, but programmable. Faces the west windows. House faces south. Okay, north windows. Never mind. It's in a good place. It's in a good place. This is our hallway. This is what I'm calling the first bedroom. It's the west bedroom. Carpet. These are aluminum pane windows, single pane aluminum frame. Now the storm windows have been added. But if you're pulling a permit to remodel this house or whatever, they'll make you update the attic insulation. And they'll make you update the windows. These are single pane windows. Coming in along here, you're not supposed to have pull chains in closets for lights. You're supposed to have a switch. And you're not supposed to have bare light bulbs either. Second bedroom. On this, the east bedroom. More lights. These are called glazing strips. Glazing strips. You can tell the windows are in pretty bad shape because the glazing strips are all popping. And it happened in the other room too. The glazing strips are starting to let it go. Now be careful about putting furniture in front of this window, because if this window is blocked, then your only emergency egress is this window. And it's higher than 44 inches, that's for sure. Unlike 55 inches or whatever 5'5" is. So I have to get out my tape measure and calculate. So I've got the storm windows, and you can kind of see how the moisture is hanging out of them. And you know, you're going to get that with single pane aluminum frame windows. You're always going to have these moisture issues. That's why the inside of the window frames look like this. I know very well about this. I have single pane aluminum frame windows in my house. I'm a hypocrite. I'm not updating them yet. Closets. Nice closets. Bare light bulbs, pull chains. This is the hall bathroom. We've already talked about that. There's 100 of these. Not 100 of them. I mean, this house reeks to high heaven. Okay, this is dangerous. This is not healthy. These things, they're not healthy. Why do I have so many of them? I see little scratch marks around the principal bedroom. Maybe there was a pet here. But the crawl space is dank. That's a word. It's dank. The crawl space is wet. Are they hiding that smell? Inquiring minds want to know. Then we got a pass-through bath for the primary suite. Pull chains. A little bit of scuff marks in here. They can't paint everywhere. Some of these windows, that's called a sliding sash. The other ones are single sash. Close, too close. We got 3 cracked floor tiles. This is where the crawl space is. We had our plumbing video here. Aluminum wiring. Does this fan work? I don't remember seeing it. Let's give us a moment here. I do not remember seeing that fan operate. Not the quietest. Not the loudest either. Moving along. This is where the indoor air handler is, the furnace. This closet should be ventilated better, and the grill's too close, and we talked about that already. And we're going to talk about it. So this is the last video. And again, I was just saying thank you. If you think that I've done you some good, I don't remember checking this one. I think I've done you some good. You know, a good Google review would help. It's always appreciated. We've got a fireplace video coming up. We talk about the stains across the top. I just don't think this fireplace is venting properly, and it might be because it doesn't have enough light. It might be because the grate is too large and they've been burning too large of a fire in it. It's always a possibility. I'm saying that this is the guest bedroom, office study. Actually, is what I prefer it to be, because it doesn't have a bath. It doesn't have a bath. It has a half bath. You got one cracked floor tile here. There's a half bath. The window's too high for emergency egress. You know someone's going to use it for a bedroom. Window's too high. And we do not have a smoke alarm outside of it. We don't have a smoke alarm outside of that office study. We don't have a smoke alarm in the main living area. And that's what the manufacturer says that you should do. I mean, I'm just saying. I found this on 55. And by the way, if it's not above freezing, I'm not going to run the air conditioner. Usually, like if it was 40 or something, you know, I would bump it just to see if the cooling system would respond to the thermostat. Am I supposed to? I know I'm not going to do much harm. But when it's this cold, no, do no harm. So we just were able to test it in the heating mode. We do not have a smoke alarm in here, don't have a smoke alarm in there. And while we're in here, see all that beautiful popcorn texture? Well, if you don't like that, if you paint over it, you're encapsulating. It's not a problem. But a lot of this popcorn, a lot of the popcorn ceiling textures, okay, they have asbestos in it. And there's no sense in testing it. If you're going to keep it, just encapsulate it. And if you don't want it, then you wear personal protection. Everybody knows what that is anymore, don't they? Thank you, Corona. Just wear some personal protection. Scrape it all off. Kids are nowhere around. Bag it up. Vacuum, damp mop, vacuum again. Ventilate the house. Wearing personal protection. Take it to the toxic waste disposal place. And that's all you got to do. I mean, you could pay extra for that, but that's how you would handle it. I'm coming over here. I'm looking at, with an infrared camera, see the blue, that's the rafters. You don't have very good insulation in this house. That's why they're telegraphing so well. This is not a great, in its day it was a great camera. But with the detail, see all that? That's the rafters. Okay? Blue is cold, white is hot, red is hot. Coming along here. If you remember the video from the attic when I was crawling up there and I had all the catwalks and stuff, look at all that. See, there's your regular attic. There's your regular ceiling. And then look at that. That's where all your money's going, right up there. Right up there. Pretty impressive, I gotta say. It's just going up there. You're losing it. You're losing some money. So we don't have a smoke alarm. We have smoke alarms in all the bedrooms and outside the bedrooms. We have those. We do not have a carbon monoxide alarm. If the house has an attached garage, if the house has a fireplace, if the house has a gas furnace, then you should have carbon monoxide alarms. And we don't have those. We don't have those in this home. Coming on along, as we're getting close to the end of our home inspection boat ride, everybody remains seated. We don't have electric receptacle outlet over here. Everybody remain seated. Keep your arms in the boat. Hope you had a wonderful time. Don't forget to tell your friends and family when we see you next time. This is it. Talk about the windows, dining area. Nice little 60s East Dallas contemporary. I wasn't supposed to.